Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Sean Fuller, and this is part two of my series using AI to build a full SaaS product with Cursor AI. In part one, we focus on building the structure, the tools, the process of setting everything up. Today, I want to shift gears, and we're not going to talk about the components or the configuration, although we will show that. What we're going to talk about is the benefits and how this app is now ready for beta actually change how comic book creators build their businesses. Actually, let's start take a look. But before we get to that point, let's actually frame the problem that we're trying to solve. Here's the reality. Most comic book creators put their heart and souls into building their art, but they struggle when it comes to marketing, analysis, and monetization. They might post their comics on webtoons, tapas. They might even go to conventions on Comic Cons and sell a copies there. But really, does it? They have a clear roadmap to growth and to sales. That's what MyComic.ai is designed to solve. The platform doesn't just give. Actually, let me just step into it and show you what it will look like. So let's take a look and see how this platform is here to help comic book creators. So first things first, let's just log in. We can take a look around the screen, for example, and see what we plan to offer and the feedback groups that we're trying to create, how it works by using large element models, integrating with data, data as a service integrations, pulling your data and putting in your comic information. But let's actually log in and kind of just see it, for example. Once you're logged in, I'm going to show you an active project right now. But if it's your first time logging in, you wouldn't see anything here. So what you do is you go to the upload section where you get to upload everything about your comics. Now we're going to ask you basic information from title, style, what you're trying to do, a one shot, a graphic novel, or it could be something as simple as some issues of a chapter. Depends on the story that you're trying to tell. We ask about your location and your goals. What kind of franchise you make model you trying to follow? For example, is it digital first, content first, character first? Each of these have their own little roadmap attached to them. Where your current creators or readers are coming from, your goals and strategies, as well as the comic content. So this is where you get to upload your content. What we normally just say is upload the cover page and there's a few couple scripts from your page. What that will lead to is a report being generated for your specific comic. It will tell you the milestone we're trying to reach, which is the engagement you're trying to have, areas of strengths and weaknesses. You'll give an entire analysis of your comic and where the opportunities lie and what's your next steps. We're all about getting you from where you are today to your next 12-month advance of getting you to a financial stable position with your comics. Now, once we have gotten started and created this entire report of your comic, that's not where the game starts. This is where it starts. Now, going back to your comic, we have all these stations that we're trying to complete. We're talking about your marketing, we're talking about your sales, we're talking about, but most important, we're talking about the products. For example, a lot of comics just think their comic book is their only product. No, you got so many different versions of your product. And right here, you're seeing it that we have, and right at the bottom, we're giving suggestions on how to increase the inventory that you have so you can sell more product on the same exact IP you have, which is your comic. We also try to bring in over here your different levels on each platform. For example, Webtoon and Tapas tracks your viewership. You get to see in real time how your viewership is being impacted, and then from that point, see where you need to work on, which platform is doing good for you, and which platform needs to massage a bit, and see if it's a good fit for you, and see where you need to put in your most attention from. Remember, each platform has their own monetization thresholds. So with this platform, you get to see where you at in getting to those monetization platforms. And then once you're there, you know to keep it and maintain it. You already seen it right here. Right now, you can't even see that right now on most of these platforms. Webtoon, I'm calling you out for that. And Tapas is doing a very good job of making you see those data points. Right here, we're doing putting it all in together so you get to see it. And we also, as I said, AI suggestions. We're telling you what to do to increase these specific markers. But the part I love the most about this is the events tracker. For example, a lot of us go to events, but do we know the ROI of the events we go to? We just mostly know if we made some money or we didn't make any money at the platform. And some of us had some crude way of kind of calculating how much money we need to make at each thing. This we take all that guesswork out of that. So right now we can track upcoming events that we are targeting to go to, as well as create new events that we want to go to. And the great thing about this tool, we even get to pull in information about events that we probably didn't think about. For example, I can take the URL for an event, put it in here, and get it analyzed for if I want to target that event or not. Does it have enough people going there? Can I actually make my money there? And not only am I talking about the event information, we're talking about sales data. What did we sell there? We can even assign inventory to this event, and then we can track if we sold and how much of that event we sold. So we know which product is moving best at which event. We never had that before. Cost breakdown and matrices. We talk about travel costs, we're talking about boot costs, we're talking about what we put into our own marketing budget. Everything that we put in for this event, we can track right here. And at the end of the year, we get to review the event at the end. How did we feel about the event? Was it properly managed? Did we get enough customer engagement? What was the pros and cons? Will we do it again? Will not. We get to get all that information right in our own dashboard. And all of that is basically being fed into the AI system to kind of tell you where your next move is. Do you need to go to a larger conference, or do you need to go to a smaller one? Do you need to increase your product market? Because right here, I have four. I just have four. I could have 10, 20. No t-shirts. Should I be getting t-shirts? Printables. Should I get, what type of printables should I be getting? And how much of them I should get. I can put all that here. And the benefit that I have here, let me give you an example. Not only can I track the actual product, but I can track the variant of each product. So I can see my variant cover is selling better than my actual cover. So I probably want to see if I should pivot and produce more variant covers. I can also make specific event-based stuff. So if I'm going to one, for example, Baltimore Comic Con, I can make one specifically or item specifically for Baltimore Comic Con, opposed to New York Comic Con. That is also part of the suggestions that this system will suggest. You should probably try making event stuff. I would have never thought about that, but it would suggest it. And then from that point, we can talk about all the different components that goes into making each comic successful. Some comics are very good at being character driven. Some are more story driven, and you need engagement with your audience over time. All of this sells into your marketing strategy as well as your monetization strategy. We're trying to capture all that information here to be for the first of its kind operating systems for comic book creators to get to monetization. We want to do all the stuff that you don't want to do, but you know you need to do if you want to keep doing what you're doing. So what we're showing right here What we're trying to show right here is with AI and data as a service together, we are moving away from best guesswork on what we need to do to now telling comic performer how your comic will perform and get readers and engagement based on something as simple as sci-fi versus fantasy. Those simple distinctions can help you boost your engagement on platforms like Facebook, Webtoons, Instagram. You might not know. So what we're trying to do is track what performs, where you're getting your best bang for your money. Is it online? Is it crowdfunding? Is it at conferences? And see and have it's like having an entire digital marketing team that understand comics, but most importantly understand your comic. So right now I told you we're in beta. What does that mean? In beta right now, we're offering a white glove onboarding experience where we walk through each comic book creator through the process of setting up their thing and connecting their own data. And then starting to see results in 90 days. Our goal is to get people seeing monetary results in 90 days. I'm actually going to be testing this with live events when I go to Baltimore Comic this month. And not to mention, we come with a money back guarantee. So if it doesn't support your goals, why pay for it? This vision about giving comic book creators the same tools as major entertainment institutions, like entertainment studios, have predictable analytics, audience segmentation, monetization strategy, but at a scale that's accessible to the independent creator and the independent small studios. We're not making you. We're trying to be the one-stop shop for indie comic book creators. We're not trying to compete against major studios. We're trying to be our own studio. And we're trying to move you from guessing what works to knowing what works. That's the distinction we're trying to make. It's no longer about should I put out a marketing campaign, but instead it's like I need to push this product for this event that I'm going to next week. And this is how much money I should put into it. And this is how much I should expect based on past performance. We're trying to become as detailed as possible with each in the person that they're doing. And we're putting AI behind you so that you're not guessing anymore. Because right now people think they can prompt ChatGPT for stuff, but what I'm giving you is the next level to that. We're not asking ChatGPT to guess what will work for us. We're giving it the data that is working for us and tell us how to maximize the data. That's going to be the biggest difference you have versus going to any other AI systems and just plugging in your data. It it it's guessing what you want versus knowing what you want, and that's what we're trying to build here. So at the closing of all this, so if you're a comic book pretty and you're ready to get the hard part done, you already made something amazing. You already did the hard part. Now it's time to make it successful. Now it's more. It's now it's time to expand beyond your family and friend group and get to the larger audience that's looking forward to seeing what you have built. So come join us in the beta group from MyComic.ai. We're going to help you solve the problem of selling your first 1,000 comics. Now, let's be clear. Most publishers, especially independent publishers, rarely make it over 100, much less 1,000. Our goal is to get you to the first 1,000 copies sold, because at that point, you have already established your process to make money for your comic. And you can. So, in short, this is what we spent the last 3 months. Funny, 90 days, been a long time. Since the first update of starting this project to now having it ready for beta testers. The link is in the description. You can come in and join the beta group. We look forward to having you, forward to having you a part of the family, and forward to seeing you move from guesswork to profitability. Thank you, and you enjoy the rest of your day.